Imposter syndrome is defined as the psychological phenomenon in which individuals doubt their skills, talents, and accomplishments, and fear being exposed as a fraud despite their evidence of competence. Studies show that upwards of 70% of people struggle with imposter syndrome. But today, I'm going to give you 3 easy steps to be able to overcome imposter syndrome every single time. My name is Green-Ellis. Welcome to the Legacy Lab. To those that are returning, I say welcome again. Make sure if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe below. And if you're new, you're family. Welcome to TGE, Team Green-Ellis. I'm so glad that you're here, but today we got work to do. Let's get into step number 1. When you feel that little inward voice trying to convince you that you're not competent, I want you to prioritize filling up your own cup. What this looks like is getting in an environment that's going to build you up internally, emotionally, spiritually, as well as physically sometimes. I want you to start practicing self-care. Do you have self-care days? Do you have days where you don't have anything on your agenda? Do you have days where you sleep in a little bit longer? Okay, I'm not talking about every day. You got to grind. But I'm talking about every once in a while, you need to recover. You need to relax. You need to restore. I want you to prioritize refilling your cup. See, you're probably what I would consider the strong friend. You're probably the one that's always pouring into everybody else. Every once in a while, you're gonna pour too much and you're gonna find your gas tank a little empty. Go to the gas station, fill yourself back up. I need you to start prioritizing you being full so that you can effectively pour. It's like if you've been riding around on E or on low gas, you're gonna run out of gas. You're gonna be stuck on the side of the road. And when you have those moments, you're more prone to quit. You're more prone to draw back from what you know you're supposed to do, the destiny that you're on. I don't want you to draw back, take a break, but don't stop. If you are, like I described, the strong friend, you probably don't have many people that you can confide in. I need you to find someone in your inner circle. Get somebody close to you that you can also be poured into from. This might be a mentor, this might be a coach, depending on how old you are, this might be a teacher. I don't care who it is, find someone who is a step or two ahead of you that can speak to where you are and help to rejuvenate you when you are running low on gas. I don't care who you are, everybody every once in a while needs a reminder. I need you to remember who you are. Do you know that you're uniquely created? Do you know that you're one of a kind? Do you know that there's absolutely, on this entire earth, this entire planet, nobody like you? I need you to remember who you are, because when you know who you are, you know who you're not. And there are going to be times where you are running low on gas and your mind will try to convince you that you are not competent. Your mind will try to convince you that you are not prepared. Your mind will try to convince you that you are not worthy. And I'm telling you, my friend, you are all of those things and so much more. But sometimes you got to strategically remind yourself, be aggressive about it. I want you to start looking at imposter syndrome as an attack against you. I want you to start looking at imposter syndrome as a means of getting you off course, getting you away from what you know you're destined to accomplish. Don't play around with this thing anymore. It's not cute no more, because there are people who your gift will serve and change their lives for the better. As I said to you before, you're uniquely created. You've got the resume to take you forward. Remember who you are. I don't want you to make a mistake and think because you messed up that you're a mess up. No, you're just a student and you're still learning. Every single one of us, if we're on a journey to success, we'll have to learn something to get to the next level. I don't care who you are, how much money you made, how many people you helped, there's always going to be another level. And I want you to get to that. I need you to remember who you are. Last thing I'll say before we go to step 2. It is okay, and I'm giving you permission, it is okay to flex every once in a while. Just do it with some humility. Don't do it as if you got all the answers. Don't do it as if you ain't never got it wrong. But remind yourself, especially when you're facing that imposter syndrome moment, remind yourself of who you are and, most importantly, where your life is destined to go. Tip number 2 is a lot more practical, and this is something that I want you to put in your everyday routine, especially when you feel like you're in a funk. I want you to prepare before you perform, okay? I want you to prepare before you perform. Here's the reason why. Because clarity fuels confidence. Clarity fuels confidence. If you've seen a couple of episodes before, you may have heard me say this. Clarity fuels confidence. One of the reasons why we start to feel like we're incompetent is because we may not be clear on the target. I want you to get clear on the target so that you can aim all of your arrows on whatever you're supposed to hit. I don't want you chasing a whole bunch of things at one time. Focus on that one task. Focus on that one responsibility. Focus on that one goal. Focus on that one group of people that you're supposed to help, because clarity fuels confidence. It's going to help to build you up quickly, because you're going to know exactly, this is the target that I'm going to hit, watch, and this is the target that I don't want to hit. This isn't where I want to put my ambition or my time or my energy or my efforts right now. I want you to get clear on what you are doing in this moment, especially if you're a young professional and you just got a new task or a new responsibility at work. Don't let them put the pressure on you. You can handle this. You're qualified to be there. You got the credentials. You've got the resume. You've got the history. You've done what you're supposed to do to get to this point. I want you to prepare before you perform. And when you get the opportunity, I need you to knock the ball out the park. I need you to crush it. Why? Because not only is it going to show them that you are competent, it's going to help to build your muscle of confidence within yourself. And I need you to have that confidence no matter what, because that confidence is going to help to push you forward, especially when your mind tries to convince you that you are incompetent. You, my friend, are competent. You deserve to be exactly where you are. I want you to prove yourself right. I want you to prove the others wrong that are doubting you. Don't focus too much on them, but do what you got to do. Handle your business. Show them that you're supposed to be there. But at the end of the day, I want you to prove yourself right. I played baseball in college all my life, but all the way up until college. And there's this concept called on deck, right? Meaning you're the one who is next about to go up. I feel like a lot of times people deal with imposter syndrome because they're on a platform prematurely. Wait until it's your turn to get up to bat. And I want you to prepare all the while until you get on deck or when you're next up. And when you get in the box and you get ready in your stance and you get ready to hit, I want you to knock that joker out the park. Give it your best shot. Even if you whiff, even if you swing and miss, even if you strike out, I want you to give whatever situation that you are going through, whatever task or challenge that you have, I want you to give it your best effort. I want you to have a strong at-bat from all my baseball players that understand what I mean. I want you to give it a strong effort every single time. And the only way that you'll be able to do that is if you prepare well before you step in the box to get ready to hit. So step number 2 is this. It's real easy. Don't think too deep. Y'all swim up. I want you to prepare before you perform. Here's what it may look like practically. Put it in your everyday routine. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes every other day, whatever it is. Work it into your schedule so that you can become proficient in that thing. Every single day, I want you to chip away at it. And at the end of the week, you'll have minutes upon minutes of practice. At the end of the month, you'll have hours upon hours of practice, of course, depending on how much time you put in. And at the end of a quarter, you'll have hours. And at the end of a semester, you'll have hours. At the end of the year, you'll have hours, and you will build your confidence in that thing. You'll have enough practice to be able to perform well. It'll be your second nature. It won't be something that you got to think too hard about or what they're thinking. You'll already have thought what they're going to think about, and you'll be able to speak to that in your performance or in your strategy or in what you're giving to the people that you're set to serve. Come on, I need you to know how important this is. You gotta put in the work, you gotta put in the time. You gotta put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, if you will. I'm not saying literally, I'm saying figuratively. You gotta put in that time, but I promise you, every time that you put in some time, it'll be worth it in the end. It'll help to combat imposter syndrome, and more importantly, it'll help the people that you're set to serve. And last but certainly not least, it's gonna sound oxymoronic, it may even offend you a little bit, but I need you to have this gut check. I need you to have this reality check. I need you to stop thinking so much about yourself. I know you didn't like it, but I'll make it make sense. Here's what I mean. The idea of imposter syndrome is so paralyzing that it gets people to stop what they know they are destined to do. Do you know that your destiny is connected to the well-being of someone else? Do you know the gift that you have is not just for you, it's for someone else? Typically, we don't give gifts to ourselves. A gift is typically understood as something that you would receive from someone, a loved one, a stranger, a friend, that they would give to you with no expectation of giving them anything back in return. No strings attached. That's what your gift is. It's something that's supposed to be given out to the world so that their lives can be better. Tip number 3 is to stop thinking about yourself so much, because the gift you have is going to make someone else's life better. And the more you hold on to it, and the more you stay stuck, and the more you stay paralyzed by the fear of what people may think or the fear of making a mistake, whatever it may be, the person that's supposed to get your gift ain't going to have what they need. How much longer are you going to make them wait? How much longer are they going to have to go through the struggle that they're going through? How much longer are you going to wait to give your gift to the world and make it a better place? Instead of thinking about yourself, I want you to think about all the people that you're set to serve and how much better their lives will be when they get the gift that you have. There's a man named Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who said it best. In a Sunday morning service in Montgomery, Alabama, he said, "There comes a time in every man's life where he must decide to live in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness." Unselfishness, my friends, is the key. And while it may sound harsh and a little oxymoronic, I want to challenge you because you're a part of the Legacy Lab. We don't live to the same standard as everybody else. We live to a higher standard. We've got a higher responsibility, a higher calling. We got to live not just for ourselves, for our family, but for the community around us. None of us are as strong as all of us put together. What's your gift? What are you meant to contribute to the world, the community around you? Make this world a better place. What is your gift? What comes to you naturally? What do you think about first thing in the morning? What could you do without no compensation for hours upon hours, just helping people because you love to do it? I need you to start doing that thing. I need you to start making that your business, because that's how we're going to make the world a much better place. Y'all, I'm done. Y'all are tired of me screaming at y'all, and honestly, I got a really busy schedule today. I want to let you know that you, my friend, are destined for greatness, but there's a journey that you got to take to get there. I want to encourage you to stick around for the Legacy Lab. We've got new episodes every single week to help you get where you are destined to go. My name is Jordan Green-Ellis, and before you leave, make sure you hit the subscribe below. This is the Legacy Lab. I'm signing out, but I'll see you soon. Stay legendary.